Okay, so we're looking to constrain this bearing to, we want to leave 3 spaces to that hole right there. And so I'm going to turn on temporary axes again. Okay, and as I said, 1, 2, 3. So this is the hole we want. So I'm going to pick that axis right there, and then I'll come over to here and hold down the control key and pick that axis and pick the coincident. Okay, and then we're also going to want this space right here to be, it's kind of hard to see that, isn't it? Okay, so there's that face. It's kind of hard to see. Might not be a bad idea to change the color on that part. And I'll pick this face here and make that coincident. Okay, and let's see. Looks like I picked the wrong hole there. All right, so I'm going to have to fix that. And so if I look at this part right here and fly this out, you can see that it has a folder with all its mates. So that first mate right here, I'm going to edit that, and the axis on the C channel, I picked the wrong one, so I'm going to left click on that and then just hit delete, and then let's see if I can get the right axis this time. So it's 1, 2, 3. It's on this hole right here, so that's the one I should have picked. Okay, so that's better now. I'll accept that. All right, so I'm going to accept that, and let me see if I'm going to change the background a little bit and see if maybe I would make this white. It'll make it easier for me to find the surfaces there. It seems a little bit easier to see. Now I still, let's see. Okay, I'm going to fix this part right here. Just right click and say fix, because they're both moving together. And I want to try something. I want to see, should be able to move this. I don't remember that um, should be able to, yeah, there we go. See, it's not fully constrained. The bottom surface is constrained to the top surface, and I have this axle, these axes constrained, but I don't have any constraint this way. So I'm going to try and constrain these two axes together right here. So that one and that one right there, and see if that works. So that works okay. Now, what I wanted to point out here is the center of this hole, the distance between these two centers on the bearing, if they weren't exactly the same as the distance between the two centers on the holes, in other words, if you have like some tolerance or some slop in there, um, if they're not exactly the same, that it wouldn't let you make that constraint. In other words, if this distance from the center to center here on the bearing is different than the center to center on the hole, then obviously you can't constrain them together. In that case, what you would probably do, maybe it's only a couple of thousandths of an inch off or something like that. So you could constrain it to one axis on one end, and then just maybe make the side of the bearing here, excuse me, flush or parallel, I should say, with the face over here, and that would keep it lined up correctly. Of course, it's better if you can actually get those axles in there. So anyways, I'm going to do the same thing with the bearing on the other one, and then we'll pick up from there. Okay, so I want to point out how even with this white background now, sometimes it's a little hard to see if that face is selected. Um, so I think I'll stop here and pick up with the next video, but I want to show you another way that you can kind of zero in on that face.